Today's movie is Dead Awake, the biggest waste of an interesting horror premise since Final Destination. Figures. In Dead Awake, a group of people who suffer from sleep paralysis find themselves being haunted by a supernatural being who comes to them in their dreams to strangle them. Together they must explore centuries of myths and medical research via mostly Google, because that's what happens in all good horror movies, in order to stop this monster. Now, I thought this was a cool idea for a few reasons. For one, sleep paralysis is pretty freaky in and of itself. Most of us have had an episode at some point in our lives, and can instantly relate at least halfway to the horror happening on screen. It's frightening how vulnerable we are in that state. The disorder just seems tailor-made for a horror movie. I also really like that the story was based on already established folklore about the demon known as the Night Hag, who people would claim to see sitting on their chests during bouts with sleep paralysis. But as we all know, it's all about the execution. And in terms of execution, Dead Awake is flatter than any skull that shares an elevator with Ryan Gosling. The best parts of the movie are toward the beginning. It's pretty suspenseful watching a woman who knows something evil is in her room with her, but is too paralyzed to do anything about it. But then the demon is revealed in one paralysis sequence about 30 minutes in, and it looks like every other Deadite knockoff out there, thus killing the mystery and thus killing the suspense. Then we see it again, and again, and again, and again, and you can bet that it isn't getting progressively more frightening. You'll rarely see a movie get this less scary as it goes on. I really didn't think that the characterizations worked either. For example, this guy has a man bun, and I'm supposed to not want him to die? No, please strangle him. The leading lady wasn't very convincing either. This is a problem that I have with a lot of horror movies lately. The actors rarely look scared when horrific things are happening on screen. If they aren't reacting, then why would I? I actually got to thinking that the main woman and the demon were actually in cahoots. You see, the demon requires its victims to believe in it in order for it to attack them. If they don't believe, then they're safe. So what does she do? Goes on YouTube and starts making vlogs about it. Good flippin' job. Overall, Dead Awake is getting a 3 out of 10. It's an interesting idea, but very boring execution. I recommend it to everyone.